24-year-old soccer sensation Achraf Hakimi is the talk of social media for dodging a divorce penalty from his 36-year-old ex-wife. He did it by putting most of his wealth in the name of his mother. Now his ex has to pay him alimony. Like him, I dated an older woman for 3 years and made some mistakes. In this video, I'm going to share the lessons I learned and help you decide if dating older is right for you. Hi, my name is Laji and welcome to my channel, What to Do This Weekend, where I share life lessons that help you get at least 1% better in your relationship. So let's jump into it. So here are the 3 things I wish I knew before I dated an older woman. 1. Understanding how women mature. 2. Handling differences in career progression. And 3. The impact of the biological clock. Okay, so before I go into the finer details of each of the points, let me give you some background and tell you how I met my ex. So to protect her identity and keep her anonymous, let's call her Lenora. So Lenora and I went to the same secondary school and she was my senior. For those in the US, secondary school is a combination of middle school and high school. And she was a very talented artist. There's a particular piece that she put together. I saw it, I was enamored. I was like, wow, this is really beautiful. Who did this? And then somebody showed me, okay, she did it. And I saw her, she's really cute. And I was smitten. So I was, at that point in time, I was a scrawny little kid. I had self-esteem issues. I was really short, a whole bunch of things. So actually going to meet her and link up was not something I dreamt of doing. So my crush was just kept there and, nothing happened. I didn't take any action on it. Fast forward 13 years later, I've just graduated from university and I'm waiting to do my NYSC. So NYSC is National Youth Service Corps. It's a mandatory service for all Nigerian graduates. It's like a rite of passage. You typically can't get a job or do anything major until you've done that. I drive to a gas station and as luck will have it, I bump into her there and I now have more facial hair, I'm more confident. So, let me go ahead and make my move. So I go and meet her, say hi, we get chatting and we exchange numbers. So we call, we send text messages. And over that period of time, we get closer, we hang out, and eventually we start dating. Shortly after we start dating, I get posted to another state in Nigeria, as about 10 hours away from where we used to be based. I make every excuse I can to come down and actually spend time with her and just, make the relationship work. And it was really fun. Like any relationship, there were ups and there were downs. Until we came to the end of the relationship. Yeah, it was a bittersweet end. So I believe I did everything to make the relationship work. But looking back, I think it was doomed for the following reasons. So reason number 1, women mature much, much faster than men. Baby girls typically start walking and talking a good 6 to 12 months before boys do. For example, with my daughter, she was practically hosting talk shows while her male playmates were just learning the ropes. These differences are further multiplied when girls hit puberty. For girls, it starts early around 8, while with boys, it starts around 9, 10. What this means is boys are still trying to pluck up the courage to talk to girls in their own age group, while these girls have to deal with their bodily transformations as well as unwelcome advances from boys and creepy men. Bringing this back to my relationship with Lenora, I'm honest enough to tell myself that back in the day, I wasn't emotionally mature enough to properly make that relationship work. 2, she had started her career before me. Now, shortly after we started dating, Lenora got a new job with an international oil and gas company. Not only did it have great salary, but it came with a brand new Toyota Corolla. Meanwhile, I was in another state doing my NYSC, barely surviving on minimum wage. Yes, I had a side gig as a comic book illustrator / colorist, but this by no way could compare to the salary she was making. Not only that, she was getting global exposure, learning new skills, and just becoming more exposed. Meanwhile, I was in my little corner of Nigeria and really just trying to survive. So this difference in professional and financial progression created some tension in the relationship. I remember one time where she said she wanted to go on summer vacation to Paris. And because I was broke, more or less, I just saw that as such a wasteful spend. And I voiced that out to her. And looking back, I just cringed thinking how small-minded I was. But, I wasn't in the right place at the time. So the third thing is the impact of the biological clock. I have to give Lenora credit. She never put pressure on me to get settled down, but I had a nagging feeling that it was on her mind even if she wasn't saying it. So my suspicion was confirmed when, shortly after we broke up, she started dating this guy, and not quite long, they got married. Now, this particular guy had been in the background of our relationship, hovering around, claiming to want to be her friend. Well played, sir. Well played. Today, they're happily married and they have 3 kids. And to be very honest, where I was when we were dating, it would have taken me another 4 years before I was ready to get married. So, I'm not the one standing in the way of somebody's progress or happiness. So, it is what it is. So, should you date an older woman? I think it all boils down to what your goals are for the relationship. If you're looking for something more long-term, in my personal opinion, I don't think you should do that. Going from my experience and some of the things I mentioned, you want to be in a relationship where you can bring the most of yourself, you can add value, you can support emotionally, financially, and all of that. Looking back, there were a lot of times I felt inadequate because I didn't really feel like she needed me. There were so many things she could do by herself. It felt like I was a fair weather relationship. So it didn't make me feel good knowing I was being there and I wasn't really, in quote, adding value. So I think if there's too much of a gap in terms of age and life experiences, you won't be able to create that kind of healthy environment you want in your relationship. But once again, I'm not an expert. That's just my 2 cents. Go ahead and do whatever you feel is right for you. Yeah, but we're easygoing people, no hard feelings. We're still in touch. We're in a good place. If I ever need anything from her, I can reach out. If she needs something from me, she can reach out. I'm thankful for the experience because it helped me to be more deliberate about the next person I was going to date. I had very clear things I was looking for, and I was fortunate enough to meet somebody who met that criteria. And today, me and that person are married, and we have 2 beautiful kids. So yeah, it all ended well for the both of us. So that's it from me. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.